Buenos Aires, officially the autonomous city of Buenos Aires, is the capital and largest city of Argentina. The city is located on the western shore of the Rio de la Plata. On South America's southeastern coast, Buenos Aires can be translated as fair winds or good airs, but the former was the meaning intended by the founders in the 16th century. By the use of the original name, Real de Nuestra Señora Santa María del Buen Aire, named after the Madonna of Bonaria in Sardinia, Italy. The city of Buenos Aires is neither part of Buenos Aires province nor the province's capital. Rather, it is an autonomous district. In 1880, after decades of political infighting, Buenos Aires was federalized and removed from Buenos Aires province. The city limits were enlarged to include the towns of Belgrano and Flores. Both are now neighborhoods of the city. The 1994 constitutional amendment granted the city autonomy, hence its formal name of Autonomous City of Buenos Aires. Its citizens first elected a chief of government in 1996. Previously, the mayor was directly appointed by the President of Argentina. The Greater Buenos Aires conurbation, which also includes several Buenos Aires province districts, constitutes the fourth most populous metropolitan area in the Americas. With a population of around 15.6 million, Buenos Aires' quality of life was ranked 91st in the world in 2018, being one of the best in Latin America. In 2012, it was the most visited city in South America, and the second most visited city of Latin America. It is known for its preserved eclectic European architecture and rich cultural life. Buenos Aires held the first Pan American Games in 1951 and was the site of two venues in the 1978 FIFA World Cup. Most recently, Buenos Aires hosted the 2018 Summer Youth Olympics and the 2018 G20 Summit. Buenos Aires is a multicultural city that is home to multiple ethnic and religious groups, contributing to its culture as well as to the dialect spoken in the city and in some other parts of the country. This is because since the 19th century, the city, and the country in general, has been a major recipient of millions of immigrants from all over the world, making it a melting pot where several ethnic groups live together. Thus, Buenos Aires is considered one of the most diverse cities of the Americas. It is recorded under the Aragonese's archives that Catalan missionaries and Jesuits arriving in Cagliari, which is adjacent to swampland. During the Cagliari's siege, the Catalans built a sanctuary to the Virgin Mary on top of the hill. In 1335, King Alfonso the Gentle donated the church to the Mercedarians, who built an abbey that stands to this day. In the years after that, a story circulated, claiming that a statue of the Virgin Mary was retrieved from the sea after it miraculously helped to calm a storm in the Mediterranean Sea. The statue was placed in the abbey. Spanish sailors, especially Andalusians, venerated this image and frequently invoked the fair winds to aid them in their navigation and prevent shipwrecks. A sanctuary to the Virgin of Buen Aire would be later erected in Seville. In the first foundation of Buenos Aires, Spanish sailors arrived thankfully in the Rio de la Plata by the blessings of the Santa María de los Buenos Aires, the Holy Virgin Mary of the Good Winds, who was said to have given them the good winds to reach the coast of what is today the modern city of Buenos Aires. Pedro de Mendoza called the city Holy Mary of the Fair Winds, a name suggested by the chaplain of Mendoza's expedition, a devotee of the Virgin of Buen Aire. After the Madonna of Bonaria from Sardinia, Mendoza's settlement soon came under attack by indigenous people, and was abandoned in 1541. For many years, the name was attributed to a Sancho del Campo, who is said to have exclaimed, "How fair are the winds of this land?" as he arrived. But in 1882, after conducting extensive research in Spanish archives, Argentine merchant Eduardo Madero ultimately concluded that the name was indeed closely linked with the devotion of the sailors to Our Lady of Buen Aire. A second, the short form that eventually became the city's name, Buenos Aires, became commonly used during the 17th century. The usual abbreviation for Buenos Aires in Spanish is BAIS, as It is common as well to refer to it as BA or BA when referring specifically to the autonomous city. It is very common to colloquially call it capital in Spanish. Since the autonomy obtained in 1994, it has been called CABA, while BA is used more by expats residing in the city. The locals more often use the single-word abbreviation, BES. In 1516, navigator and explorer Juan Díaz de Solís, navigating in the name of Spain, was the first European to reach the Rio de la Plata. His expedition was cut short when he was killed during an attack by the native Charrúa tribe in what is now Uruguay. The city of Buenos Aires was first established as Ciudad de Nuestra